India in details.
The ongoing conditions in Bangladesh are testing India's patience like never before. Major powers around the world are keeping an eye on the situation, and if things get out of control, there are countries that seem ready to support India, and there are countries that are likely to support Bangladesh. On social media, netizens are already discussing the possibility of war, and politicians in both countries have issued statements that have triggered strong emotions. But in a difficult situation like this, are there any countries that are likely to support India? Well, the first on the list could be Israel. Israel has a long track record of supporting India, from sharing intelligence and diplomatic support to selling or co-producing weapons. Indians may expect Israel to be on its side. The second country on the list is Russia. Just like Israel, Russia is pretty occupied with an ongoing confrontation, but it is still likely to gain a lot by supporting India. India is a major global power already and is on its way to reclaim its status as a global superpower. Quite obviously, Russia wants to be on good terms with India, especially when there have been several attempts by the collective West to isolate Russia globally. But let's not forget that Russia's relations with Bangladesh have seen a lot of good times too. Russia has even been seen as a true friend of Bangladesh. Many Bangladeshis remember Russia's contribution to the Great Liberation War of Bangladesh in 1971. Several years ago, it was reported that Russia granted a $1 billion loan to Bangladesh for arms purchases. And of course, Russia has supported Bangladesh in opening the country's first nuclear power plant. But then Russia has also accused USA of interfering in Bangladesh's affairs, something that the US has denied. And let's not forget that not that long ago, Russia was also upset when Bangladesh blocked entry to Russian ships from entering Bangladeshi ports that had violated Western sanctions. The present situation between Russia and Bangladesh, especially after the departure of Sheikh Hasina, seems very complex, and at this stage, Russia is likely to have a clear favorite. And that is India. The third country that is likely to support India is Myanmar. The situation between Myanmar and Bangladesh has been sensitive for a long time. Both countries have been involved in multiple conflicts and have many unresolved issues. On the other hand, Myanmar is a beneficiary of India's humanitarian aid and its Act East and Neighborhood First policies. Take a look. This consignment was sent to Myanmar by India just several days ago. Myanmar receives grants and aid from India, and its relations with India seem a lot stronger than with Bangladesh. Now, let's look at the countries that are likely to support Bangladesh. Number 1, Pakistan. Pakistan, a country that has been referred to as a former colonizer of Bangladesh, is likely to support Bangladesh in a conflict against India. To a neutral observer, it can sound strange, but as a country that is said to be the global hub of terrorists, it is unlikely that anything else can be expected. Number 2, Maldives. There is an anti-India sentiment in the Maldives, and despite the more careful approach that the country has taken recently regarding India, some feel that it may still end up offering at least verbal support to Bangladesh in a potential conflict with India. Number 3, Turkey. With Turkish drones that are considered super advanced by experts, Bangladesh can feel slightly more confident. But there are reports that India can shoot down those drones if required. Remember, these Turkish drones were a game changer in the Azerbaijan-Armenia war, and India cannot take these drones lightly. Besides that, many feel that OIC is likely to take Bangladesh's side and ignore the persecution of Hindus. Seeing OIC's anti-India track record, this should not surprise you. Countries like the USA, China, and Germany are expected to play neutral, but may want to selfishly benefit from a conflict like this. At this stage, China is seeing a kind of positive situation in its relations with India, so it is unlikely to directly support Bangladesh. The USA, despite its alleged role in the ongoing situation in Bangladesh, may be keen to solidify its relations with India and not to do anything that may push India closer to Russia and China. Trump's arrival may change a lot of things too. But according to military experts, Bangladesh, despite all the support it can get, can be easily overwhelmed by India, whose military strength is far stronger. On global firepower, India is placed in the 4th position and Bangladesh is far below at 37th position. Take a look at this. Is this even comparable? And see this, even Myanmar is ahead of Bangladesh here. According to M.A. Hossain, an author who is based in Bangladesh, as emotions spiral on both sides, the prospect of an all-out confrontation appears imminent. Also, M.A. Hossain has clearly mentioned that with Islamist groups gaining significant influence, the persecution of the Hindu minority has reached alarming levels in Bangladesh. It is also being reported that some retired Bangladeshi soldiers or army men have issued a threat to capture Kolkata and Assam. As reported here, Chief Minister of West Bengal, Mamta Banerjee, responded. Some people are saying we will occupy Bengal, Bihar, Odisha. She also added, no one has that audacity to occupy all these states. These statements cannot be taken lightly. Anyway, we hope that the two countries can find a peaceful solution to the situation and both countries continue their journeys to prosperity. Both India and Bangladesh need to do this for the sake of their people, for the future of the Global South, and for a more peaceful future of our world. See you again.